let's go ahead and get started. And then I wanted to do a reading. We're going to do a mind, body, soul reading again because those are really powerful. Those are amazing. And especially with the messages that we have been getting as a collective, I feel like it'll definitely serve us some good to kind of get into a mind, body, and soul reading. Just to kind of see where our mind is at, our body is at, and where our soul is at. So, here we go. Got the first card. What's going on in our body, spirit, and our body? What's going on in our body, spirit, universe? I feel you, so I'm going to stop you when I feel you. There we go. I love it, I love it, I love it. All right, what's going on in our spirit? What's going on in our soul? What's happening in our soul, spirit? I feel it. It's in here. Ooh. Oh, there we go. There we are. All right, we got mind, body, soul, and now we also have spirit. I'm going to drink some water before I get into this. I used to be one of the people that didn't drink water because I like the fizz to hit my throat. Not afraid to admit it. I used to be one of them bitches. So glad that changed years ago. Anywho, anyway, to get to this reading. For our mind, we have don't take anything personally. Let it go and breathe. And we have been getting in that in our reading, and it's something easier said than done. But as long as we remember that everything starts mentally. Right? What we think is what we speak is what we become. So we want to make sure that we're not thinking about taking anything that has happened or that has occurred personally in our lives. Sage is very vocal. I love it. Sometimes I don't, but I love it for the most part. But do not take anything personal, because as soon as we start harboring those thoughts in our mind, bless me, our thoughts in our head that this personally happened to us, that we did something wrong, that something is off, it wasn't supposed to happen, or it's not going how we thought it should, we start taking on that weight. We start taking on unnecessary pressure, unnecessary thoughts, unnecessary feelings, because we are taking it so personally. We are not recognizing that this is just a lesson, this is just a stepping stone, this is just a guidance, this is our manifestations and action, and that this did have to happen for us in order for us to get what we needed. I said it, I believe, in a podcast and on here, that in order for us to actually have a successful rebirth, with the Four of Wands, energization, the sun, being able to be happy and judgment and all these things and justice, that we have to have a tower moment, right? And our tower moment is to make sure that when we start to rebuild the tower, right, we are allowing a safe place for our manifestations to go. So we don't want to take anything that has happened personally, whether it was the sneaky little bitches, whether it was the devil genitals, whether it was recognizing that certain people in your life do not care about you, do not actually love you, except for their own projections of what that means and expectations, and they belong to the streets or anything of that sort, and just having relationships change and shifted and having to remove yourself from that and or them from you. Do not take anything personally, because this is for your benefit. This is for your good. This is for your mind to be more clear and have more freedom of expression, more freedom of vulnerability, more freedom of love, more freedom of openness, and that guidance of that. So we have to let it go and breathe. Because right now we're holding it so hard mentally in our mind that we start speaking about it. And sometimes when we're like venting, that turns into complaining, and that complaining turns into acting out in that certain way, into that certain expectation or things of that sort. So it is this realization that as soon as we start taking things personally, we're holding on to that. And we want to be able to ease on down the road. Okay? So, and the best way to get out of that, again, is to write, is to journal, is to surround yourself with like-minded people that do give you a chance and an opportunity, or just the space, should I say, to be yourself, to express yourself, to love on yourself. If you need to kind of go inside and just kind of go through a little hermit session, do what you need to do to kind of process those feelings, to process those emotions. And process is something that is continually moving forward, right? It's a process that this is happening. I'm processing your paperwork, meaning that I'm not just holding on to your paperwork. I'm processing, I'm moving it, I'm shifting it so that way it can be completed. And right now, Spirit is saying we need to process that mentally, but not hold on to it mentally. Not hold it in our bodies, not hold it in our minds, not hold it in our spirit, because of that is how we start doubting. Am I on the right path? Did I do the right thing? I was stupid for staying in that situation. I should have known. I should have been. You start feeling those feelings, and it's a matter of giving yourself grace, giving yourself patience. Sometimes when we allow things, it's because we allowed ourselves to also do that to ourselves as well. So we have to give ourselves grace and patience and understanding and time to process it and to go through and recognize, like, okay, this is happening through me, not to me. Their actions, reactions, their feelings, their intentions, I could have never controlled that. Whether they have the best intentions or the worst intentions, I cannot control that in any sort of way, speaking, being, or feeling. So why would I take it personally what they did or didn't do for me or to me, right? And it sounds a lot easier said than done, especially since I said in my podcast yesterday, it's something that when people do that to you, you do kind of take that infliction, because it does still leave a scar, right? But we still are able to process that. We still want to be able to process that without holding on to it to the point that we can't breathe, that we can't move, that we can't think, that we don't feel like we can actually feel in the proper way, in the proper mindset, right? So just remember that. Do not take anything personally. And this is coming from somebody that has been abused, somebody that has been hurt, somebody that, has their voice stifled and shut. I couldn't take that shit personally, because I was like, okay, let me just separate myself. Let me remove myself. Because mentally, it's not working out for me. Mentally, we're not going anywhere. And I need to remove you so that mentally I can start doing what I need to do, because our body holds the trauma, our body holds the feeling, our body holds the weight. So let me start mentally by not taking this shit personally, because I'm gonna still have to work it out through my body, right? So let it go and breathe. Do some breath exercises. Hold on to yourself. Feel your breath, feel your heart, okay? Practice those manifestations and affirmations by putting your hand over your heart and over your stomach or over your mind, and then just saying them consistently, okay? But we have to let it go and breathe. Hold on to it for a second so that way you can process it, but then you gotta let that shit go, okay? The next one that we have is body, okay? I receive and accept all blessings aligned with me. And this is also why we mentally want to make sure that we are clear. Mentally want to make sure that we are present. Mentally want to make sure that we are thinking that everything is working out for me and my best good. Everything is going to be fine. We're doing great, and not in a way of toxic positivity where we're not able to balance what is actually happening and what needs to be done, but in a way of recognizing yes, this did happen, but I'm not going to allow it to change or dictate what next steps I am taking, or that I am protected, or that I am guided. Because again, our body holds our trauma, it holds the feeling, it holds the emotion, it holds everything, because water holds memory, and we are mainly water, right? So we have to recognize that if I feel like I was deserving of the hurt that somebody did, or the trauma, or the pain, or this and that, or I'm disappointed in myself because I feel like I accepted these things and not recognizing again by grace, because that's where I was mentally. And if I'm not clearing it out, if I'm not ready, right? Our last card was be ready for abundance. If we are not physically ready for that, we're going to doubt it. We're going to question it. We're going to self-sabotage it. We're going to miss our opportunities and things of that sort, because we don't feel like it's actually aligned with us. We don't feel like we are deserving of these blessings, of these good things, of this coming our way. So we have to physically start feeling that. And again, that starts mentally by not taking our hurt and our pain with us every step of the way that we go, right? We have to be ready to receive these blessings, okay, and accept them. Because it says, I receive and accept. So you can receive something but not accept it. And that is also with you being able to, when something comes to you, recognizing, is this actually what I wanted? Is this what I have been manifesting? Is this what it is for me? Or is this just something that I'm going to accept again? Is this just something that I'm just going to allow again? Is this something that I actually want, you know? And that's another thing, that when we start elevating ourselves and allowing ourselves to continuously be uplifted in our own mindset and in our own body, and again, allowing ourselves to be our own safe place that we are able to go back to, we recognize that we don't even need to accept everything just because it's given, right? We don't need to. We don't need to take everything on just because it's given. We don't need to hold that in ourselves just because it's given. Just because somebody's like, hey, let's go out, let's go do this. Do you even want to go out with that person? Do you even like that person? No, you don't have to. You don't have to go out with somebody just because they're offering, hey, I got food, do you want it? Do you want it? So recognize that just because you are receiving something doesn't mean that you have to accept it. So this is also time to recognize that when you are mentally clear, when you are mentally focused, when you are ready and prepared, that you are going to be receiving a lot of blessings. Remember, we got the last card reading was, I have infinite possibilities, right? And blessings that are coming to me and that are here for me. But it's a matter of, are you going to accept them? You have that choice. You have that decision. But you want to make sure that you're doing it not out of rage, not out of hurt, not out of shame, not out of disappointment, not out of clouded mind or anything of that sort. You want to do it with the clearest of mindset, with the clearest of conscience, because that is what matters. I am really crying out of this eye. Something emotionally is feeling, something emotionally is hard and bearing. Just, you gotta let it out. You gotta let it out. You gotta let it out. You have to let it out. Do not hold it in. I'm a person that used to hold everything in, and that led to a lot of self-harm and self-confliction and self-confusion and things in myself. You gotta let that out. This tear has been just continuous, and I'm gonna just let it go. I'm gonna stop wiping it. But when you are not taking anything personally and you are in a clear mind of what is for you, you are ready to receive what is for you, okay? Yes, yes. Okay, so take that understanding in. I receive and accept all blessings aligned with me, right? Okay, so again, just because somebody's offering it, just somebody's like, here it is, does not mean that you have to take it. Is this what you want? Is this what you've been manifesting? Is this the relationship that you want? Is this the partnership? Is this the family that you want? Is this the job that you want? Is this the career that you want? Is this the life that you want? You have to recognize that, but you cannot do that if you are holding on to shit that is weighing you down, okay? So mentally, do not take anything personally. Allow yourself a clear focus, a clear understanding, a clear conscience. I don't know why I said that. Don't feel guilty. That's why. Thank you, Spirit. Do not feel guilty for choosing yourself ever. Do not feel guilty for making decisions that are for your betterment, right? Because later down the line, anything could happen. Anything could have happened. Just do not feel bad about it, okay? Just live in that situation, okay? And be ready, because as soon as your body is vibrating on that frequency, everything else is going to start vibrating on that frequency. And you are going to be getting a lot of blessings. Again, infinite possibilities are on our way. That 888, be ready for abundance. But just be ready to accept things, right, that are aligned with you. Be ready to accept your blessings that are aligned with you. As soon as I'm starting to feel fear or doubt, I go, take that off. It ain't for me. Take it off. It ain't for me. Right? So again, just do certain things that allow your body to relieve pressure as well. When you start moving your body, you start allowing your bones to crack. Right? And crack that shape and release that pressure, release that gas. Okay? The The one that we have for our soul is time to moisturize. We're a little dry. Remember the last one that we got was hydrate yourself. You do not want to dry out your reservoir, right? It's time to moisturize. So spiritually, have you been neglecting some of your spiritual practices? Have you been actually listening and paying attention to the signs and the messages that are there for you, right? Have you been aligning with that and understanding that? Do you feel like this is for you? Are you actually in tune with yourself and your soul, right? It's time to moisturize. It's time to get back to the meditation if you have been lacking in that. And again, me for meditation, now it's going out for a walk with Sage and I taking my phone and we're out there for an hour to 2 hours, 30 minutes, and just walking around, looking at the nature, having a conversation with spirit, right? But have you been, saging? Have you been taking spiritual baths if you're able to, right? Have you been able to, and if you're not able to take a spiritual bath, take a spiritual shower, because I've been there where my place and not have a bath at all. Okay, go out in nature, start getting a little bit more grounded. Have you been allowing yourself to just speak, talking to yourself is also something where you're able to moisturize, because you're able to get all your thoughts out and you're able to hear yourself and you're able to now hear your own voice in your mind and not other voices, other people, and other conflictions. Have you lit a candle lately? Have you, what works best for you in your spiritual practice, right? The Spirit is saying it's time to get moisturized. You're a little dry, right? So basically they're saying yeah, you have been taking a shower, but now as soon as you get out the shower, you haven't really been lotioning up. And then that means yeah, you have been taking the steps to get rid of these people, get rid of that and that, but now you have to replenish yourself. You have to stay rooted and grounded in yourself. You have to understand that, yes, my life is going with the flow, like the last card said, but I'm staying rooted within, right? I want to be able to moisturize myself. If you do tarot, have you been doing daily card readings? Or are you reading your past ones that you did? Are you doing your daily affirmations? Put some sticky notes up on your mirror like I had to do, where I'm just at least even if I don't read it today, at least I'm able to see it. Am I waking up and looking immediately at my phone, or am I going to put on some music and just allow myself to relieve and wake up, right? It's certain things that Spirit is saying, we're missing you, right? We hear you, you hear us, but we're not, and there's got to be some type of connection. So time to get moisturized. You're a little dry. It's time to start lathering up your body with spiritual protection, spiritual abundance, with understanding that you are a powerful and magical as being, and it's time to start acting accordingly in that mindset. Okay? Come here. And start acting in that way. Oh boy, something else. So if you have been feeling damn, I'm confused by this, I don't know what this means, have those conversations. Again, start writing things down, start taking things in, start recognizing that. It is time to moisturize your spiritual life, your soul, because it's a little dry right now. It's just a little dry. Okay, so take that in and that recognition, that realization that my soul right now, especially with the whole situation happening as a collective, where we have to get rid of a job, where we have to get rid of people, we have to get rid of relationships, we have to get rid of ideals or certain mindsets and habits. We may feel like we are not glistening or glowing, but that glow is always there. It's just a matter of, are we moisturizing ourselves enough to feel that and receive that? I don't even have time for him today. We just going, hey, leave him right where he at, but moisturize your soul, right? Because your soul is always ready to move. Your soul does not need rest, but it does need attention. It does need acknowledgement. It does need recognition. It does need quality time. It does need love. And it does need grace, right? Your soul was here before you got here, because it is always here. So we want to make sure that we are not neglecting something or them plants. Now he finally goes to the litter box. Good Bob. Good Bob. Good job. Okay. The last one is from Spirit, which is 999. Okay. We got this last time. 888-999. We're going up. We're going up. When you have reached your ascension, completed your level, time to level up for your purpose. And again, people hear purpose and they feel like it's something that has to be commodified. Your purpose is, am I now speaking up for myself? Am I now choosing myself? Am I now loving myself? Am I now in a better community? Am I now in a better situation? Am I now in a better mindset? That is also your purpose, is living for you and living for you solely and allowing your life to be an extension and an expression of that and how you express yourself, okay? So you have reached that ascension and that level of completion, which is also why you want to make sure that you moisturize yourself, because as we all know, as soon as you hit 999, baby, 0 is back. Tabula rasa, okay? You're starting over, right? It's now a new type of situation. It's a type of new, especially with us receiving these blessings in the physical world, within our body, within our mind, within everything. We're receiving that. It's going to be something else, and not in a way of that stupid song, the more money I get, the more problems. No, this is in a way of recognizing the more that I have, the more that I can take on and I can carry it. But I want to make sure that I am not, again, neglecting anything. I'm not taking anything personally, and I'm not holding on anything, because I want to be able to ease on down the road. Okay, I want to be able to ease on down the road, and I don't want to carry no load. Don't you carry nothing that might be a load, right? So you want to make sure that you are doing that, and you are moisturizing yourself. Journal if you need to. Go outside if you need to. Cook that dish if you need to. Start speaking up for yourself if you need to. Start being a little bit more quiet and allowing people to speak if that is something that needs to happen. Just allow your life to start living, because that is you living in your purpose, and you are allowing yourself to be more profoundly expressive in that as well. Okay? Bless me. Okay? So, mentally, do not take anything personally. Do not hold that in your mind. Do not overthink about that. Do not question that. Do not, why did they do this? Why did I say this? Why did I stay so long? Why was this job like this? They should have. Don't hold on to that. Because now it's time for your body and you to choose what blessings you actually want, because they're coming in. They're coming in, right? They're coming in. It's time for us to recognize that with that coming in, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? Okay. Let's see if we can get some advice on my hair is not cooperating today. That is okay though. Okay. I don't even see nobody, bro. Ain't no birds. I don't. Cats. Let's see if we can get some advice for our mind, body, and soul. Because if we're taking things personally, let's see if we can get some advice for that. Let's see if we can get some advice on what choices we need to take as the blessings are coming in. Let's see if we can get some advice on how to make sure that we are moisturizing and hydrating ourselves within our soul. And let's see if we can just get some advice on this ascension, okay? So, Spirit, Universe, and Guides, what advice do you have for mentally, for our mental, for our mind? What advice do you have for that? Ooh, got that card again. Anything else for our mental, Spirit, Guides, Universe? Anything else for our mental, Spirit, Guides, Universe, and ancestors? Oh. Anything else for our mental before I close it out and move on to the next? Spirit, speak now. Anything else for the mental before I close it out? Okay. What What advice for the body, Spirit? What advice for the body? Oh. What advice for the body, Spirit? What advice? Oh, okay. Oh. Oh. Anything else for the body, Spirit, before I close it up? Anything else for the body, Spirit? I'm gonna need a little bit more room. They're kind of getting into it today. Push you to the side. Anything else for the body, Spirit, before I move on? Anything else for the body, Spirit, before I move on? It's a lot. It's all good. I don't know what the fuck that was. Ignore me. Thank you, Spirit. That goes over here. Okay. Okay. What do you have for our souls? What do you have for our soul, Spirit? What advice do you have for our soul? Ooh, if you will come out, you're going to come out. Thank you. I've been getting that a lot. Some of you just prove me. Just giddy. What else do you have for our soul, Spirit? What else do you have for our soul? What else do you have for our... What else do you have for our soul? What else do you have for our soul? What else do you have for our soul? I don't claim to be a singer. I just like to sing, and that's my business. Okay. Anything that you would just like to say, Spirit? Anything you would just like to say? Anything you would like to say, Spirit? Anything you would like to say? Anything you would like to say, Spirit? Anything you would like to say? Well, let's say those for that. Anything else, Spirit, that you would like to say before I close out? Anything else, Spirit, you would like to say before I close out the deck? Anything else? All right. Let's get into this. All right. So for our mind, again, the last card that we got was don't take anything personal, let it breathe, let it go. So we have liar. Liar is our first card. Okay. So whether you're lying to yourself about the situation and what's going on, and you're trying to make it work, you're trying to justify it, you're trying to do anything like, maybe it was this, maybe it was that, maybe it was going on, like, no, this is actually what happened, this is what actually, whatever you're doing, or whatever, that even if the person lied, and you recognize that, and you're taking on like, damn, how did I not notice that? How did I not peep that? How did I not see that they were lying? Either way, we got to stop that. Again, say the affirmation of, my tongue speaks the truth, my ears will listen, and my body follows. My tongue speaks the truth, my ears will listen, and my body follows. Let us say that anything that is a thought out here and it comes out here, it's the truth. And anything that I hear around me is going to be the truth. And it's not, I'm going to be able to decipher that. And my body's going to be able to resonate with that. And we're going to be able to act out the truth, speak out the truth. So if you have been lying about the situation and trying to justify it, trying to clarify, trying to do anything of that, stop it now. If you have to deal with somebody, sneaky little bitches coming out and finding out that they were lying, double genitals, and find out that that situation was lying, the job was lying or undercutting, or anything in that situation where you found out that there was a lie happening, it has to go. Do not hold on to that. Do not think about that. Continue to say, my tongue speaks the truth, my ears will listen, and my body follows. Because that means that any thought that comes up here, if it ain't the truth, it's not even going to be dispelled out of my tongue. Anybody else that does the same thing, my ears are not going to listen to it, because it's not going to resonate with me and my body on a frequency of truth only. Okay? And that helps us to have even more of a clear conscience. That helps us to let go of a whole lot more things and have a lot more ease with life. Okay? We have your insecurities are showing. Okay? Your insecurities are showing. And that means, again, when we sometimes take things personally, we're like, what did I do wrong? Why did I not recognize that? I was so stupid. I was so dumb. I'm so disappointed in myself. I'm so shameful. Like, I should have known better. And you start to have all these insecurities flooding back. Like, damn, next time this, or man, I allowed this, or I'm going to just do this, or just do not allow your insecurities to show up in your life. Do not allow that to be something that is resonating inside of you, right? Insecurities are things that you're not secure with inside of yourself. Okay, so take in that recognition and that realization that if my insecurities are showing, there's something inside of me that I'm mentally not secure about. And that's where journaling comes in. That's where just talking to yourself comes in. That's where just saying the fucking shit like, what the fuck? And just saying it out loud and letting it be vocal, and then allowing yourself like, okay, why do I feel that way now? What's going on? Yesterday, even in my podcast, I was processing like, why do I not like words of affirmation and stuff? And it came during the clarity of that, of like, because I was never able to process a lot of my trauma. So in that time frame, it's just like when I am going through that, like depression or things of that sort, I just need time to process it, right? And it's allowing that to happen. So allow yourself to recognize that insecurities that are showing as things that I'm not secure about in myself, okay? So taking that recognition. Yes, it's fucked up that we have to give in to these people. Now we have to let them go, that we are no longer in those situations and things of that sort. Or maybe we're happy and we finally took that leap of trusting in ourselves and believing in ourselves that we didn't. But either way, do not allow that to overtake your life, because again, that adds pressure, okay? Because right now, with that mindset and that thinking, there's trouble up ahead, and Spirit is telling us that we won't be ready. Remember in the body where blessings are coming, and the last reading that we got, infinite possibilities for blessings, for abundance are happening. But if we are not mentally clear, we are not mentally prepared, we are lying to ourselves or still being around people that are lying, and we're allowing our insecurities to be at the forefront and showing up in our lives, we're not going to be ready, and there's going to be trouble up ahead. There's going to be trouble. Okay? Yes, you are guided and protected, but you can still do things that allow a detour in your journey. Okay? And Spirit wants you to know that mentally, the only constant is change. So again, we may mentally feel like we are in a distraught situation, in a horrible situation. We just lost some people, lost some jobs, lost some anything like that. The only constant is change. The only constant is change. So you may be feeling insecure right now, but recognize like, you know what? I'm going to continue to do something that's going to allow me to work on myself, because I can change that. I'm not going to be here forever. If I'm like lying to myself or just lying, period, the only constant is change. Either people are going to keep on and I'm going to lose people or situations, or I'm going to shift, or I'm not going to allow lies in my vicinity, right? Because again, we do not want to not be ready. I say that right. We do not want to not be ready for the blessings. We do not want to cause trouble when Spirit is saying we want to give you so much. You just have to trust. And it's a lot harder to trust when you're insecure in yourself. It's a lot harder to believe and have that focus and to let go when we're insecure with ourselves and feel like we have to hold on to everything. Because if not, then we're nothing. No. We're not going to have that. 555, if you've been seeing that number. 3323, if you've been seeing that number. Okay, so just allow that in. Okay, the only constant is change. The only constant thing is change. Those are three things that we know. Is that we'll be born, that we'll die, and then things change. Okay, that's it. Okay, so for our body, for the physical world. I always say body, but I want you guys to know that yes, in your body as well, but also in the physical world. Because our body is what kind of affects the physical world. Like mentally, we can't be like, I'm going to burn something and then it burns. We're not quite there yet. But our body is able to, do stuff. So in the physical world and within your body, okay? So we have, so we're here again, excuses are keeping you stagnant. And what that means is you know exactly what to do or what to say or how to like operate in these things, right? So we're here again, excuses are keeping you stagnant. Have you not been journaling? Have you not been walking? Have you not been cooking? Have you not been doing the thing that you said you was going to do? I'm going to be a little bit more structured in my life. I'm going to be like this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut this person off. I'm not going to talk to this person anymore. I'm not. You're saying all these things, but those excuses are keeping you stagnant. And when you're stagnant, the water gets murky. We are Mercury retrograde. The water gets murky, right? And that is the realization that with excuses keeping me stagnant, cats don't even drink out of stagnant water. They like it moving because they know that it's continually being purified. They know that it's continually, there's no germs, there's no bacteria in there that's able to harvest inside of our bodies. Again, if our bodies hold on to our emotions, hold on to our trauma, we have to realize that I don't want to be in this situation again. So Spirit is saying if we are not recognizing in our mental that the only constant is change, we're going to be stagnant. We're going to miss opportunities. We're going to just accept anything as it comes in because we feel like, oh, this is it, without actually listening and feeling, does it resonate with me? Can I trust this? Do I understand what's happening? And not in a way of questioning, but in a way of confirming and affirming what you have already planted inside of your body, planted inside of the actions that you're moving. When are you moving? Okay? So we don't want to be here again. We don't want to feel like the excuses are keeping us stagnant because our body is what acts out for our soul. Our body is what acts out for our mind. Okay? So we have to make sure of that. And sometimes it's just a matter of calming the fuck down. Calm your tits. Calm them. Calm your tits. And that is sometimes the easiest way to feel what's happening in your body. Listen to what's happening in your mind. Okay? Hello? Okay? Because if we're here again, it's like, okay, we're here again, but if I'm in control and I can make the decisions and I don't have to take anything or just accept it, that's also why we got the last card, let it go and breathe, because the more that we exhale and inhale fresh air, we're able to clear it out. We're able to have a clear focus and understanding of what our path is for us, what we want to do. We're able to pay attention to the signs of like, that's why I got that. That's why I've seen that. That's why that's going on. That's why that's, today I had the heaviest deja vu moment. I was like, holy shit. And earlier today, I was having a little bit of doubt, a little bit of this, because I thought something was going to happen. But I was like, that's not. And Spirit was like, you wasn't even supposed to check that today. You wasn't even supposed to do that today. So why? Right? But when we start listening and paying attention to our body, we're able to hone in on that more. Okay? So just calm down. Calm down, baby. Because the only constant is change. And the more we try to fight it, baby, it's going to beat your ass. It's going to be hard, okay? And we have to recognize that we are stronger than we know. We are a lot stronger than we know. But the more that we calm ourselves, the more that we allow that mental clarity to come in, the more that we're able to tap into our strength, tap into our power, tap into our gifts, tap into our capabilities, and use it, right? Like a bar tap. You tap the bar, you get the beer, you drink it. Beer is nasty. It just tastes warm no matter how cold you try to make it. Anyways, we are stronger than we know. So do not make excuses like you do not have strength. Do not lean in on your insecurities like you are not strong. Be calm if that's what you need. Okay? Because major wins are coming in and you can ask for more because you deserve it. You deserve it. It doesn't say they, it doesn't say them, it doesn't say he, it doesn't say she, it doesn't say over there, it doesn't say the other person. No, it says major wins are coming in, ask for more if you deserve it. That's also why with the body card we got, I'm receiving blessings that are aligned with me. I receive and accept blessings that are aligned with me. So yes, major wins are coming in. Like I said, we're going to be getting a lot of infinite possibilities of abundance, of growth, of peace, of love, of restoration, and rejuvenation, all this stuff. But is it what we want? Like I said, just because somebody asks you out on a date doesn't mean you actually have to go. Why? Because you asked? Like, it's just this realization of realizing we can ask for more because we deserve it. But we won't feel like we deserve it if we're insecure. If we're lying to ourselves, we won't be able to have that clear mind. And we're keeping our bodies stagnant and not moving, or not even feeling like we're moving in the physical world by meditating even. Like I said, movement does not always have to be like, let me start doing this and this. Sometimes it's just meditating. Sometimes it's just going outside. Sometimes it's just singing around the house. Sometimes just cooking your favorite meal. Let us also allow you to be calm as well. And let us also allow you to move within your purpose and within your mindset, okay? So ask for more, you deserve it. If something is offered to you and you be like, don't try to lowball me. You ever had a job try to lowball you? Like, play with your mama, not me. Okay? So take in that recognition and take in that realization, okay? And Spirit as a message for your soul. Spirit as a message for your soul. Let's get into this. Hold on. Sometimes you just gotta spit off camera. Ain't that freak nasty. We're moving on. So this is for your soul. This is for your soul. And again, that was about us moisturizing ourselves, okay? So if we're going to be moisturizing ourselves, we have to recognize that self-love is top tier. It's not saying it's the only love. It's just saying, baby, this is the top. This is the highest. And nothing, I always say it, I love you, but you better love yourself more. Or I don't want anybody to know me better than I know myself. And nobody can love me more than I love myself. So self-love is top tier. It's that realization of realizing I need to start choosing myself. I need to start loving on myself. That is also how you moisturize yourself. That is also how you moisturize your soul. Is by loving on you. Like I said, are you taking care of you? Are you taking those moments? Are you actually having that mental clarity? Or are you lying to yourself about it? Are you crowding your mind and carrying that with you? Self-love is top tier, because we also want to recognize that we need to stop looking for love in the trash. Okay? As soon as we start just accepting things to accept them, accepting little breadcrumbs of love, accepting little, underrated pay, underrated situations, like that's looking for love in the trash. Because as soon as we recognize this is where my love is, and you're not matching where my love is, we can no longer be. It's just not going to work. Because to me, that is in the trash. That is below what I'm willing to accept. Any other love in your life should be an extension of the expression of what you are giving to yourself. Right? We all know that every other people are a projection of that. Birds will flock together, things of that sort. It's a realization of we do not want to accept anything less than the love that we give ourselves. Because then we're also telling ourselves that, yeah, this is what I'm giving, but anybody else can give me less than what I'm giving myself. Does that even sound right? It doesn't. It does not, okay? Because we have to recognize that they do not care. It is time to move on. They do not care. And some people only care with the expectation of the projections that they put on you. This is how we're supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be happening. Why is it not working out this way? That is their expectation of the love. That is their mindset of that. That is their thinking and resonating with that. They do not care. Move on. Because as soon as you start acting in a way of self-love, they're going to be like, don't do that. Or you recognize, like, I'm going to need to cut you off because of this, or I'm going to need to leave this because of this. They do not care. You have to move on. You have to let it go and breathe. Because your soul is not resonating with that. Your soul is not resonating with them and where they currently are. And that is okay. Because as soon as we recognize that they don't care in the way that we want them to care, they only care in a way that benefits them, that is a recognition that, okay, I can do this. I can release them from my life. I can let them go. I can let the job go. I can let the habits go. I can let the mindset go. I can let the relationship go. I can let, because it's not working. My self-love is top tier, and you're not even a scrimmage of a reflection of that. We're definitely not meant to be. Not at all. Okay? Because we have to recognize that you're a magical ass being, 777, act accordingly. Okay? Act accordingly. 777 is also about releasing fear and looking to the future with excitement. But it's hard to do that if he's so cute. He's at the door. Oh, you can't see him, but he's at the door. But we have to recognize that we're a magical ass being. When we won't recognize that, we're lying to ourselves, clouding ourselves, being stagnant, allowing our insecurities to show. Our insecurities can be shown in projections, in neglections, and just accepting anything willy-nilly. Okay? We have to recognize that if my self-love is top tier, so is my magic. So is my power. So are my gifts. So is my love that I give to others. So is my joy. So is my abundance. Everything is top tier about me, right? We have to recognize that, because this isn't over. Our life isn't over. Our journey isn't over. Our abundance isn't over. We have infinite possibilities. Where we are going is not over, right? It's not done. We're not done. We're not done at all, because right now Spirit is also... Oh, please do not hit right there. Please, Sage. There's a pregnancy happening, and this is our soul. So pregnancy can be new ways of giving ourselves love, new boundaries set up, new manifestations that we didn't even think of. You know, pregnancy is being put that inside of you, and now you're able to nurture that even more, which is also why they said it's time to moisturize your little drop, because we have to nurture our manifestations, nurture ourselves, feed ourselves good food, right? And allow that to happen. So this is our soul is saying, our soul is like, I don't want trash. I don't want people or certain situations that do not truly care about me, except for the own expectations that they placed on me for my love or for my actions. I have to recognize that my self-love is top tier, and everything around me is going to be top tier. My life is not over. This is not over. Just because our relationship ended, just because the job ended, just because the habits ended, just because that mindset ended, doesn't mean that I have ended or where I'm going has ended. Because there's something better. 111. I've been seeing 111 like forever. No, I just was seeing it hella yesterday. And 555. But 111. There's something better. Excuse me. Oh, that felt good. There is something better here for us. 111 also means that we are on the alignment of being with ourselves, being in truly acknowledgement of ourselves. So 111, if you've been seeing that, 111 means I am one with myself. I am one in alignment. I am one with what Spirit and the guides have for me. I am one because I'm walking on this path and on this journey with me. Yes, others may be involved. Hello, everyone that has come. Yes, everyone has been involved, but there's something better for me. But I won't recognize that if my insecurities are shown, if I'm consistently looking for love in the trash. If I'm going to be pregnant, in my soul, I want to make sure that I'm giving my baby the best. Am I taking my prenatals, which is meditating, which is listening to self, which is listening to God, because they're saying shut up and listen. You've been talking too much. And obviously you have, because if your insecurities are showing in your mentally, if you have been lying and that has been showing, and if you're in your body, in the physical world, excuses are keeping you stagnant. Yes, we just got 777. You're a magical ass being. Act accordingly. Yes, you are a magical ass being, so it's time to start acting accordingly. And that also means you're sometimes, like I said, shutting up and listening. Shutting up and listening to your body. Shut up and listen to your mind. Are those your thoughts? Are those your feelings? Is that truly resonating with you? Because we need to recognize that if strategy is needed before action is taken, how are you going to do that if your mind is clouded? How are you going to do that if you're standing in stagnant, murky water and you can't even see it, the bottom of your feet? How are you going to do that if you're not recognizing that the only constant is change, but you don't want to actually plan for your change? Soul is saying, I am drying up around here. I need something better. I'm pregnant and you're not taking care of me. You're becoming a deadbeat. I just wanted to say that. But your soul is saying you're a little dry. So take that into recognition, okay? Now we're going to get into spirit. This is what spirit has for us. Spirit was popping out of the fucking cars like nobody's business. They said feelings do not equate facts. They do not. And I use the example all the time. Just because you feel like you are alone and nobody loves you, nobody cares about you, does not mean that that is the true reality of the situation. Just because you feel like your life is crumbling around you, did you ever realize that maybe it's your manifestation coming? And I've been telling everybody, because it came to revelation, you have to have a tower moment so that when you rebuild your tower, your manifestations have a safe place to go. But if you feel like, oh, woe is me, everything is happening, my life is crumbling around me, I don't know what to do. Baby, this is not a fact. These are just your feelings. And feelings scientifically only last about 6 seconds. But since our body holds so much water, it holds memory, we feel like that is the actual reality of the situation, and it just is not, okay? They're letting you know, let karma handle it. Have you been nourishing your seeds? How you've been speaking truthfully, and how you've been saying your affirmations, how you've been living your life like you are already abundant, how you've been allowing yourself to resonate within that mindset, how you've been allowing yourself to hold that baby up and in a mindset of like, this is great, this is going to be wonderful, everything is working out for my good and has worked out for my good. I'm going to let karma handle it, because what I have been giving out, I'm going to receive. So that way, when my major wins come in, when my abundance comes in, when everything is happening for me, I'm going to realize, like, yeah, it's supposed to happen. Obviously, I'm a magical ass being. Why would I doubt that? What do you mean? When I had to get rid of those friendships and relationships, I was like, damn. But I had to. Because in order for me to actually hold on to what is coming for me, I had to release things that was not. Okay, and that is also spirit telling us that there's food at home, which means there's nourishment at home, which means that and that's also 11. That's also 11, baby. There's food at home. So if we're pregnant, we can nourish our baby. And our babies are our manifestations, our goals, our mindset, things that we are feeding ourselves. If there's food at home, that means I can go inside of myself and get the answer. I can talk to my ancestors, or I can just shut the fuck up and listen, okay? And just recognize, what am I doing in the actions that I can take? Because strategy is needed before action is taken. But is your strategy going to be led out of doubting yourself, out of the insecurities that are showing, out of lies that you're telling yourself or that were told to you, out of the looking at the trash, and now you're like, we have to recognize that. Because in all honesty, spirit is saying that you're the problem. You're the problem. Excuses are keeping you stagnant. The excuses that you are making. Your insecurities are showing. That is the problem. So we're here again. You're anxious. You're worried. You need to calm your tits and relax. You need to recognize that self-love is top tier and that this isn't over and that there's something better happening. You're the problem. It has to start mentally. It has to. And I say it all the time, you think it, you speak it, you become it. And if you becoming that, you're going to be able to hear that, and you're going to feel like it resonates with your body. In all honesty, it just does not, okay? We got another 5-5. Buck the system. Look at that. The only constant is change. Buck the system. There's something better because there's food at home. Look at that. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Oh, absolutely. I post all of my live videos on my YouTube. So I got you, love. I got you. If you are recognizing that, and sometimes don't think of I'm the problem. Shit, I fucked up. Just think, if I'm the problem, like damn, I forgot her name. But she says, there are no problems because I'm the solution. I just heard that song this morning. Look, it's weird. But if there is no problem because I am the solution. So if you're the problem and there's food at home, obviously it can be solved. It's just a matter of recognizing, I gotta get rid of some shit. I gotta let go of some shit. That part of you, I'm the problem, I can fix it. That is the part, because the only constant is change. And I can change, baby. I'm gonna buck this system. I'm gonna buck these ideas and this way of thinking. These feelings are not equating the actual facts of what I have in my life, what spirit has in my life. I just need to shut up and listen. I need to calm my body. And also, don't forget to ask for more. But you won't know what to ask for or what you deserve if you don't quiet your mind. You don't quiet your body. You have to recognize that you are ready. Stop telling yourself that you're not. Stop telling your body that you're not. You are. You're prepared. Spirit has been telling you that. That's why Spirit on the last card reading, not the last card reading, this card reading for Spirit, it said Ascension 999. We are elevating. We are leveling up. And sometimes when you're climbing up a lot of stairs, once you get to the top, you're like, whoo. That's okay. That's okay. That's all right. You can be a little out of breath. That's perfectly fine. But do not allow yourself to be burnt the fuck out. Okay? Okay. We're gonna do we'll do one more, but not in the way that I'm thinking. I'm just gonna see what's happening. Oh, look at that. Ace of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Come on, baby. Everything is working out for us. Everything is working. It's working. That part, me out of breath because you made the journey. It's not over yet. Yes. It's a few levels. It's a few levels. And that is A-okay. We love to level up. Even look at this, the Ace of Wands. She has a baby. That baby is ugly to me. It be creeping me out. But the Ace of Wands, she's holding her baby with both of her hands, but she also still has her wand, which is a torch of fire. She has the trees coming out of her head, out of her mind, out of her mental, right? Don't tell yourself you're not powerful. Don't ever disrespect yourself like that. Don't ever. Don't ever. Let's just get into a final message of Spirit before I close out the reading. Please speak now. Yeah, I like that. Any final message of Spirit before I close out the reading? Speak now. Speak. Come on, come on, come on. I don't know why I just felt like a cheetah girl right there. Yes, pregnant. I love that pregnant card. Especially when I got like somebody that is like male affirming. Yes, 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 yes. They are screaming. Okay, Spirit, final shuffle. Anything else before I close? Anything else before I close out the deck, Spirit? Anything else before I close out the deck and close out the reading? All right. Let's get into this. We got the Emperor, which is a male figure. And I don't want you to think of male because I'm not one of them people that be like, oh, male, man. No, I'm like talking about masculine, divine masculine energy, divine masculine power. They are about action, okay? They are about it. If strategy is needed before action is taken, let's make sure that they're on a chessboard. They know what moves they're going to make. They know what actions they're going to do. They killed them up is under their feet. They're no longer there. They're no longer present in your life. They're no longer needed. Okay, the Emperor is about that high authority. I'm just going to read it because I love reading this because it just kind of gets a little bit deeper into it, and I love going deep. But it's about strong male figure, leadership, accomplishment, ambition, right? So again, It is a matter of us recognizing that I can take authority in my life. I can take charge in my life. If I'm able to cut off relationships, cut off situations, cut off habits, I can do anything. It's a strong male figure, which means you can also be that in your life. Because again, we're gender non-conforming around here. There is none of that, okay? You got the energy inside of you, so does everybody else. There's about leadership, leading your life, leading the mindset, leading that business, leading that charge. It is about accomplishments. Again, look at that. It conquered. It's under its feet, and it's stabbed and impaled with this wand, baby. And it's still, look at that. It's a bad bitch. If I ever seen one, I'll tell you that. You get that? It is amazing. It is powerful. So there's a realization that if I'm the emperor, it literally says dominating all that is around him, the emperor sits with confidence, not with insecurities, not with excuses, not with doubt, not with fear, not with worry, not with, it sits with confidence. It's sitting. I didn't even recognize it. It just looked like the booty's out. Okay. And it also says he looks towards other areas of conquest. Not on some colonizer shit, but just in a conquest way, okay, of recognizing that, okay? So take that in, because we also got the high priestess. This is about supreme knowledge. When I say tap into them gifts, your spirit is saying self-level's top tier. I'm a magical ass being. I'm powerful. I can ask for more because I deserve it. That's supreme knowledge. Not everybody knows that. Not everybody feels that. Not everybody has that inside of them. And look at that. Look at her. Her toes is painted. She's curved. She's vivacious. That's the word I want, right? That's the word we're going with, right? It says a woman wise beyond her years. Because a lot of people, again, don't recognize who they are. What is inside of them. What is able to manifest that pregnancy, that belly. They don't think that they, and I love that they have both the man and the woman, because it's showing that there's a balance of those energies inside of you. You have the ability to impregnate yourself with that creation, but you also have the authority and the manifestation to strategize and take that action. Baby, we can do both. We can do both. It says virtuous and a scholar, intuition. So again, we know who we are. Oh, that part, that is hilarious. The Met Gala, yes, that's right. Yeah, it is given that. It is given that. But recognize, like, you can do both. We are both. We have both inside of us. And that is the truth, because honestly, we're on the Six of Wands shit. Six of Wands. Forgive my heart. We're on the Six of Swords. Do you see what he's leaving behind? He burnt them bridges. He burnt those ideas. Or they, because we can't really tell what they are. They burnt them. They burnt the old ideas. What does Willow say? I burnt the flames of old so I can use the ashes of the creation of new, right? The Six of Swords is about travel. It's about going where you need to go, right? It's a journey. We're not done yet. It's not over. I'm going to read it again. It says, escaping bad situations and entering good ones. What did I say when those sneaky little witches came out? When the devil genitals came out, when they belong to the streets came out, when they don't care about us moving on came out, when the liar came out, that was us escaping those bad situations. People that are not aligned with us. We're no longer just accepting breadcrumbs of love. We're no longer giving extra chances to people that don't want to give a chance to actually truly allow us to express ourselves and who we are and what we want to do. We are escaping that to something new. And look at that. That is ground that we can plant on. Look at that. That baby's in there. And we're carrying it. And we're flowing above all the bullshit. And the moon's in the background to let us know that we are following our intuition. We are following that mindset. Okay? And that realization. Sage is so cute. We hear you, Sage, baby. We hear you. Because right next we got the King of Pentacles. No, sorry. Yeah, the King of Pentacles. That is about being business proficient. That is about knowing what the fuck you're talking about. That is about being abundant. That is about being prosperous, but also knowing what to do with that prosperity. Knowing what actions to take with that prosperity. And I'm going to read this too because I love this. I love this book. It's so powerful. The king, that's the cups, baby. One more. That is business know-how, a wise investor, skilled in math, proficient in financial matters. Again, if we are having infinite possibilities of abundance, I love that. Can I pin that? Because I'm going to need to save that. I like that. That is beautiful. Oh, I love that. That is nice. That's an affirmation right there. It's a realization that if I have a clear mind, a clear head, I know what to invest in. I know what to invest my time in. I know what to invest my money in. I know what to invest my energy in. It says proficient in financial matters, which means as soon as I get blessed with all of this, I'm going to be proficient in it. And, you know, I'm not going to be a novice, baby. I'm going to know what to do, and I'm going to know how to do it. And that is the truth. Sages talking, baby. Sometimes he just be talking, especially when the reading is good. He go, wow. And that's why we try not to quiet him too much, okay? We got this card in the reverse, though. And I love that for us, okay? We got the Four of Cups. And as you can see, this is a person that has 3 cups, and he's throwing the other one off. Because he's like, that shit was nasty. It wasn't for me. Okay? I'm ready to fill these cups up with something that is for me. Yes, this ship may be leaving, but that's not the only ship on the dock. Okay? We have to realize that the Four of Cups in the reverse is about, he is on the fridge. He is up on the fridge. Oh my gosh. He is on a higher level. Okay? It's a bright outlook on life, new hopes and dreams. Again, if we're pregnant, it's going to be something we haven't thought of, something we didn't even think was capable. It's going to be infinite. It's going to be like new. It's going to be something that is beyond our wildest dreams and affirmation. It's going to be so powerful, and we have to recognize that if we're sitting with confidence and we are knowledgeable beyond our years, and we are proficient and we have this know-how, obviously something new has to happen. Something new has to break, because the only constant is change. That's the only constant thing is change. So a bright outlook on life. Okay? New hopes and dreams. Okay? Then we're going to get into the last 2 cards. Thank you, Spirit. We're getting there. We have the Hierophant. Look at them. And I love that all of our cards are like on chessboards. This means we're making moves. We're making actions, but we're thinking about it. Okay? Some people playing checkers, we playing chess. We actually thinking about what we're going to do so that not all of our shit is taken and we can take theirs. That's why we're going to conquest some shit, okay? But look at that. I love these cards. This is my first deck. But the Hierophant, and that is, I just seen it, divine inspiration. Divine inspiration. It is mercy. Like I said, do not feel guilty. Do not feel bad. Do not feel shame for choosing yourself or even staying in a situation longer than you felt like you had to or that you should have. No, there is mercy in choosing yourself. There is love. Self-love is top tier in choosing yourself, no matter when you decide to do it. Because you took that action. You took those motives of like, I'm going to bet on me. I'm going to choose me. I'm going to go hard for me. Do y'all see him? Okay, that is the truth. It is also control over spiritual needs. So if our first card about our spirit and our soul was 999 in ascension, and we just need a little bit more hydration and to not choose things that are for us, we're going to be able to have control over what is given to us. Again, just because we're getting a lot of things coming to us does not mean we have to accept it all. Baby, I know my worth. Don't play me like I don't. Okay? Then the last one that we have is conformity. Right? Look at that little thing in the pocket. It's in the pocket. You know what they say? I'm staying in the pocket. I'm staying in the pocket. Which means I'm staying going to do the same stuff that I was doing. I'm staying ready. The hands are ready to pray. They're praying for, what does it say? It says, the Hierophant prays for the souls of the city. His position wills more than spirituality. For where religion holds a man like a doll in a pocket. We're not doing that. We literally just got bucked the system. It says it holds more than spirituality. Need I say more? I will, because we're on the last card. We got the Knight of Wands. Look at them traveling. They're still able to go over the ice and get to where they need to go. And maybe a little slippery, and maybe a little shifty. They have a loud, but that also just means we're moving. They're moving a lot of good shit in that car, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get into that. So the Page of Wands, right, is creative thinking, ingenuity, a genius. All of this is saying we have the capability in our mind. It has to start in our mind, and our body will follow because our soul is already there. Okay? The Page of Wands, it literally says using a pair of handmade stilts. The page boldly treks across an icy pond, undaunted, meaning they don't care, they ain't worried, they ain't fearful by the inherent risk of his actions, because we know that we're protected. He confronts life's obstacles with youthful optimism and energy, which is also why we got pregnancy, because childlike, okay? So take this. Spirit is saying new opportunities are happening, but we have to be ready for it. We have to recognize that I am deserving. I am deserving. I am deserving. I am worthy. I am powerful. I am knowing. I am prepared. I am ready. Okay? That is that understanding of the realization. We combining words together in my own little language. That is that understanding of that realization that my life is to be lived and my lessons are to be learned. Okay? I love you guys. This reading was so great. I even needed this reading today. You know? But it was so phenomenal. This reading will be on my YouTube channel. So, yeah. Like, share, subscribe, comment. And I love you guys so much. This has been so powerful. Know who you are and recognize it, okay? I love you, but love yourselves more.